What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody is doing better than the last time that we talked because, that Clippers game wasn't great. But tonight, the Celtics come away with a nice win against the New Orleans Pelicans, the final score being 118 to 112. I thought this was an impressive win for many reasons, but before we get into the game, let me just rattle off some things real quick to put the Celtics season in perspective so far. They are 36-11 on the season, 21-2 at home, and have not lost back-to-back games since early November. And tonight the Celtics had the opportunity to allow that to happen. Not only lose back-to-back games, but lose back-to-back games at home. Coming off that blowout loss against the Clippers, you come out tonight ice cold against this New Orleans Pelicans team. You find yourself down 17 points there midway through that second quarter, but the Celtics found a way to turn this thing around. But how did they do it? First, we got to give a lot of credit to Jrue Holiday. I thought when everybody was pretty ice cold there in that first half, he did a good job of being this team's steady hand. As usual, he was Mr. Reliable with that corner three, but what I thought he did that was more important was change the pace of this game. In the first quarter there, I thought the Celtics were playing too slow, but Jrue in that second quarter was getting out in transition, getting easy buckets, getting in ones. He was slowly chipping away at the momentum of this game, helping shift it in the Celtics' favor. The box score itself reflects Jrue's role tonight. Jrue is generally one of those guys, right, who fills up the stat sheet, averaging over 6 rebounds a game, just about 5 assists. But tonight you look, it's 20 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. So those other things weren't really there, but that's okay because Jrue is a Swiss Army knife. And tonight, as I said, he just played his role. He was the scorer and he was also the primary defender on Zion Williamson. And got to give a lot of credit to Holiday there as well. Yes, Zion had a good game, a lot of acrobatic finishes, bullying his way to the rim, but just the fact you're able to put Jrue on a guy like Zion one night, put him on a guy like Cat the next night, and then put him on a guy like Curry another night is just a testament to how versatile he is and how lucky this team is to have him. But how else did the Celtics turn this thing around? And you could probably guess the Jays, man. They were just phenomenal tonight. I know, let's get it out of the way. Tatum, a weird passing game, 7 turnovers, but that's very uncharacteristic of him. This past month, he's barely averaging 1.5 per game. These guys both were scratching the surface of a triple-double. Tatum with 28 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Brown with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And combined tonight, they shot 18 for 33, which is around 55%, so they did it efficiently too. But my favorite part about either of their stat lines or either of their games tonight was Jaylen Brown turnovers. Look at the box score. 0 turnovers, 7 assists. In early December, there was a lot of talk around Jaylen Brown's playmaking in the leap he seemed to be making in that part of his game, but the conversation around his decision-making and playmaking died down a bit. But it's funny because not much has really changed. He seems to be more improved each month. He has 4 games this month alone with 0 turnovers. And to me, that speaks volumes about the continuous development of Brown's game. To find another month like that, you got to go all the way back to his 3rd season where his usage was much lower. The Jays also helped the comeback get rolling by staying aggressive. The 3-ball wasn't going tonight for either of them. Tatum 2 for 8, Brown 1 for 5. But there was moments there of relentlessly attacking the rim. Between the two of them, they got to the line 14 times tonight. And I also thought they did a good job of picking their spots in the mid-range. That's something these two need to continue to do. As inefficient as a shot might seem to some of you guys, JB is one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. He's 85th percentile for all mid-range jumpers. So you got to do that when there's mismatches on the floor like CJ McCollum. So we had Jrue keep these guys afloat, then we had JT and JB get it going, start the comeback. But who closed this thing out? It's none other than Derek White. The D White fourth quarter was a masterpiece. It was beautiful to watch. This guy has had a roller coaster of a month when it comes to his shooting splits, but tonight 13 fourth quarter points, and he was doing it from all 3 levels: layups, mid-range, 3-pointers. I really hope tonight was what Derek needed to break out of this slump for good, to get his confidence back up to that level that we saw for the first 35 games or so of the season. JJ Redick, he is never ever going on your podcast ever again. Don't even think about inviting D White. Don't even think about inviting any other Celtics player because the old man in the 3 is clearly a curse to the Celtics team. Anyway, back to D White's fourth quarter. I thought this was another game he showcased why he should be an all-star. This team needs someone to close this thing out. A team with Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, KP, who didn't play tonight, Jrue Holiday, but who closes out throughout the game. It's the guy who's been in the slump. Derek showed up when the lights were the brightest, and it's not the first time he's done that this season for this team. Shout out D White, but it's that point in the episode we move on to the quick hits, and I think it's only right we start off with Al Horford, because last game against the Clippers, there was a lot of Al Horford slander within the Celtics community, which is rare because in Celtics fans' eyes, Al Horford can do no wrong. Tonight was a more vintage Al Horford performance. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds, saw more of that playmaking with the 4 assists, and he didn't just have the 3 ball going. We saw him get in there for a spry offensive rebound, put his body into somebody, get a little jump hook off. We all got to remember that Al is 37. Is he going to be spry every single night? No, that's just not realistic, but as a backup big on both ends of the floor, at 37, he is still one of the best in the league. And lastly, I want to hit on Sam Hauser. You know, when the team was cold there and Drew was keeping them afloat, I thought Sam did a good job too. His 3 ball was falling tonight, but we also saw some other parts of his offensive game. Was a great cutter off the ball. Let's wind it down there, guys. Tonight, the Celtics win 118-112 against the New Orleans Pelicans. They are now 2 games into the 7-game homestand, and they are now 36-11 on the season, which is still an NBA's best record. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right there. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. It's the best and easiest way to support. I'm here after every single Celtics game, all 82 plus the playoffs. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Yes, a back-to-back. KP is back tomorrow, so that's exciting, against Indiana, January 30th. Peace.